3. Let's go. Welcome to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. Let's go. Balcony AUX Chord. Balcony AUX Chord.
Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, can stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed and my brother and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender named Aang. And although his airbending skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. But I believe Aang can save the world.
Yes. Welcome back to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. As you may have guessed, or actually just read the title of the fucking episode, we're going to be talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Findi,
Yes,
point towards
let's
your
go.
poster, man. Like Findi has the
It's
poster
here.
behind him.
The
go.
camera can't. The camera can't.
Oh,
see.
can't see
Well,
it?
the
Alright,
camera.
that's
Yeah,
fine,
my
that's
camera can't see.
But yeah, we'll be talking about the elements. What music? This is gonna be a music podcast this time around. So
For the first time in a few episodes.
in a few episodes. So just for people who don't know what this podcast is, so we're a podcast that is trying to build this music community online where we're able to talk about life, talk about philosophy, but using music as like the core launching point to these discussions. So like it's a place where, you know, a safe space where music nerds alike can come together and maybe just talk about like meaningless shit, you know? Like it doesn't matter at the end of the day like what our opinions mean.
Yeah. Sometimes it's
just
meaningful though.
No, but
Sometimes.
it, in the grand scheme of things, like, you know, it's just talking about music. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
not
it's
not gonna impact the world or anything like that. But like you understand yourself better, you understand art better, I think so, and you understand like the world a little bit better as well.
Yes.
But where do we start? We normally start this off with actually let me finish the description of the podcast. But this whole thing kind of started from me and Findi and a couple friends talking on a balcony. And it's now evolved recently into a podcast where we just talk about anything we want. And we lost a little bit of the music edge that we've been trying to push out. But we wanted to diversify a little bit and make like organic content. And like it came around to this point in time where we're like we should talk about music. Like it's like an organic process. So very happy to be back here again, talk about music. But before anything else, how are you, Findi?
I'm good, man. I mean, better shape, better condition.
That's good.
Than last episode, I guess.
Last episode, you were like, I'm not doing well. COVID lockdown is ruining my life.
Yeah. Well, it's the same. COVID's still under lockdown, but I've been a little bit more relaxed with it. Like like me and my roommate saw our other friend and his roommate, and like and then we haven't seen anyone for like 2-3 weeks. So it's like
Okay, cool.
So
Same
nice.
thing, but able to meet friends now, kind of.
Or well, like able to meet like
Some friends.
the like 2 friends.
It's better than no one.
Yeah, but it's better than no one.
Okay.
I might go to the gym. I might go
That's
back
good.
to the gym. Yeah. So yeah, better.
Alright.
How about you? Are you busy?
I'm tired, man. Yeah, like it's been a busy week. Did presentations this week.
Oh
So
no.
a lot of group work. And
I hate that.
I recently just MC'd at like a uncle's event. He is like a car dealership. Like he owns a car dealership. I mean, and like he wanted me to be an MC for that, like 20th year anniversary. Yeah.
Happy 20th year anniversary.
Whoa! Welcome to the event. But yeah,
My name's MC Mark.
I had the responsibility of doing that, and it was an honor to do so.
Was it a good time?
Yeah, it was fun. Like
Did you have to dress up?
yeah, I was wearing like a suit and everything. So it was nice.
Nice.
But super glad to be talking to you again this week.
Me too.
Let's jump right in. We have a lot to talk about. So
Yeah, bro.
let's talk about the show first. So when did you start watching it? What made you
Bro.
like fall in love with it? And like what aspects of it? Just anything. Just throw it out.
It was honestly. I started watching in like 2009. So after the show
we-
ended, I think.
Should we preface this whole episode with like a briefing of what the show is for people who don't know what it is?
Yes.
You want to do it? Just like brief, like maybe
Yeah,
like
sure.
a couple sentences.
So it's a Avatar: The Last Airbender is a Nickelodeon show that came out like almost like a bit over 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's for kids in our generation, it was a really big deal because especially for like Asian kids, like it was a show that combined a lot of like Asian philosophy, Asian mythology, Asian culture into like this this cartoon that was like
produced by white people, first of all.
produced thought up by white people, but takes a lot of like the Asian elements,
and it respects
Asian
it well,
culture.
I think, in my opinion.
And it pays a good like homage to like Asian philosophy pretty well. But it's about this the idea came from the Dalai Lama, and you know how the Dalai Lama is like reincarnated. So the Avatar is basically a spirit that is supposed to uphold the balance in the world.
Yeah.
And then so he gets reincarnated, and this is about this show is about one of the avatars who gets reincarnated into a world where one of the nations has sort of like colonized or like taken over like, the world, and there's
the right word. Yeah.
Colonize. And there's a war, and so he's supposed to like stop this war and restore balance to the world, essentially. Yeah. And it has like magic and it's just really cool.
Right.
Like,
and also a big part of it is that there's 4 nations. So there's Fire Nation, Water Nation, water tribes, Earth Nation, and the Air Nomads, which is like air temples and stuff like that. So like I think it is important just to like describe how the nations kind of look, or like how they act, just so it's like easier to talk about the music that's like you associate with them. So Fire is like a kingdom, right? It's like very like coherent, strong-willed, passionate people, no nonsense kind of race. Whereas the Water Nation is like a tribal people. Like they like understand the spirits, they're in touch with the spirits, they're in touch with nature. Fluid, I guess, is another word. And yeah, I think they're more easygoing. Earth Kingdom, I think you can see it more as like Chinese. Like, to be honest, it's just like a Chinese kingdom, right? China. So it's like stability. I don't know. Just like a normal state, like basically a state that you would see in a normal world, right? Yeah. And the air nomads are a group of air monks. They're monks. They live in temples, and they're like celibate, right? Is that the word? Yes, they're celibate. And
I don't think they are, dude. How can they make more airbenders if they're all celibate?
That's a good question, which I never read into, but I think they are though. That's why they are monks, right? Yeah. I don't know. No idea. But the point is, they're monks, and they live like a peaceful life, and then they're also fun-loving people too. They travel and stuff like that. Anyhow, now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about the show a little bit.
Yeah.
Why do you like it?
I honestly, the first thing that stood out to me wasn't even like, first of all, like it was Asian, and like I saw like Chinese writing and stuff like that, and it was like kind of sick because like when I started watching it, I lived in Ottawa, and it was surrounded by white people, and everything, all the media that everyone consumed was
white centric,
white centric, but except for Avatar, like white kids watched Avatar: The Last Airbender too. You know what I mean? And it was just nice. It was just a cool thing. But like it just gave me the feeling. It was a certain feeling that it gave me. Yeah. That was like that I liked. Like it was when I watched it every episode, it was just like it just gave me a feeling of like comfort.
Right.
And I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it really, but
I know what you mean.
Whenever I was lonely, when I was home alone, and that was like
Home Alone. Did you have to fight off 2 burglars?
Burgers.
Burgers?
I was like,
burglars.
Don't come near
burglars.
Me. I'm fucking on a diet.
Did you have to set up traps for them?
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Yeah. Home Alone. No, but when I was home alone, whenever I was lonely, I'd watch it and then I'd feel sort of like I feel less lonely.
Right.
That was most of it. And it was just like the world that it created was just so, like, it was so cool and so, like, imaginative and so, like,
coherent,
immersive and coherent and beautiful. Like, design-wise, it was just sick.
Right.
What about you? Why do you like it?
I think just to hop on your train a little bit, like it's like a family, right? And it's like they are a group of young people. They're kids, basically kids. They're 10-year-olds, right? In the film, in the show, but like basically they're kids, and they're trying. They're growing, and it's like a growing of age.
Yeah.
I was growing up, and like it's like figuring out the world, figuring out life with your friends, and like what more can you ask for? Sick. That's like amazing, right?
It's
and like
so sick.
And like it starts off with like a dumb kid, like a dumb avatar, like he's just like playing around, like
he's like a little jokester,
And then by the end of the show, he's become this grand master. He's become like this, like he knows, he understands the spirits. He's in touch, right? Like I cry every time when I rewatch it and I see the last episode where like Zuko introduces Aang into like the newly formed Fire Nation. He's like, I couldn't have done this without the help of the Avatar. And then he walks out and then like, I cry every time. Like it's because it's so sick. Comparing that episode to the first episode, like a dumb kid, right, is like has grown up. So like the passage of like time and stuff like that too. Yeah. So like to me, like the show is, I think I would go to say it's the best show ever to
best
me.
Television ever
best
made.
Television. Like even compared to like it's not just cartoons. I'm talking about like television. So like I think it's the most coherent and like the pacing is right. The topics they choose to talk about is also really good. I mean, like there's some pretty heavy like complex
dude
ideas
every time
that are thrown in,
because we rewatched it, like you've rewatched it a few times. I've rewatched and every time you watch it, like at first you watched it as a kid, right? And then when you watch it again as like a college student, like a poli-sci student, then
like,
you just
there's like socialism, there's like
this is about communism, and then you're like, oh shit, this is like imperialism. This is fucking, you know what I mean?
Definitely. And like how like different cultures kind of react to one another is like another like state, like politics and stuff too, right? It's so fascinating. And it reflects some stuff. Like I remember that episode where like there's two tribes that they hated each other and they wouldn't walk the same path. I hated that episode, but I'm not a fan of it, but like it talks about like misunderstanding between people, which is like stuff that is molded by myth of each tribe. Each tribe has its own myth, but the true myth is like something totally different, right? And like I think that shows like nationhood in reality, like the idea of nationhood. Like we all have myths of our own, and they try to make the other person seem like the enemy, because it's us versus them. In order to build a nation, right, you have to be us versus them. But in truth, these myths were just constructed, right? And like who thought of these? First of all, it's probably a false myth, if anything. It's probably like bending the truth to its own advantage, right? So there's stuff like that, which is like it's pretty complex stuff if you think about it. It's not just about like
dude.
It's not just a kids show. But that's why I love it so much. And for anyone who is still listening and hasn't watched it, I really do recommend you take the time and watch it.
Yeah, just watch it.
But like, you don't have to watch it just to listen to this podcast. But I mean, like, just take the time and like maybe just go through it.
Yeah. You won't I can promise you that you will not regret watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah,
like if you're thinking on into cartoons, I think try the first season first. I'm sure you will like it, but if you don't, on the off chance that you don't, you can stop. But it gets more heavy after that in terms of like seriousness, because the first one is like it's just an introduction, right? And then it gets like this emotional stuff, like he loses Appa. Spoilers. But Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
man, it's worth it. It's worth it, dude. Like it's a good show.
Yeah. I guess that the next logical step to this discussion is what nation are you, Findi? What do you think? What nation do you hail from?
I'm an Air Nation, man. It's like
Are you
I'm
still
like
in it?
the.
Do you not get your dick touched?
Dude. Yes, that is very true. Yes. No.
Only 2D girls for Findi.
Only 2D girls, man. Only 2D girls.
What
Azula is low key hot. Just kidding.
She's Fire Nation, right?
Yeah. No. So basically, yeah, I'm an Air Nation, and I think that just means that I'm very like think about the element of air. It just goes everywhere. There's no particular direction.
Mm-hmm.
Air just disperses, and it's kind of like all over the place. But it's like very in a way that's like very freeing. So basically, I just do whatever I want when I want, kind of thing. That's like how I would say.
But then again, like air like nomads. Sorry, they have codes. They're monks. They stick to a code. Do you stick to a code of indie? I feel like you're the opposite of sticking to a code.
Yeah, I mean, I stick to some codes, you know, sometimes, but you know, I'm very, I fluctuate a lot. I fluctuate a lot.
Are you just saying you're a floater? Are you just a floater?
Yeah, I fluctuate a lot.
You drift?
Like, you know what I mean? I drift.
Tokyo Drift?
Yeah. What about you? What element do you think you are?
I think I'm Earth.
Oh, really?
And it's fitting that I'm wearing a green shirt, but
nice.
I think I'm Earth because I feel like I'm a stable person. Not mentally, but I'm not a mentally stable person, but I think I am in terms of like personality wise. Like I think I've been this way forever. And like I feel like my mindset is always like strong. I'm just like a strong-minded person. Like I have opinions. I have opinions and I stick to them. Like I put down my foot and I'm like, hey,
yeah,
what's up?
Yeah.
But like I try to keep like an open-minded things too. So I wouldn't say I'm totally Earth too much, but like there's some the most of me is Earth, I would say. Like because the idea of like earth bending, right, is to stomp your feet down, to like push down, like punch the earth or something, right? And like I feel like that's me.
Yeah.
Like if I were to fight in that world, that would probably be that, because like I just feel like that's like my personality. That's my life. Like I wouldn't be as fluid as I could if I was like in like air or something, right? Because that's fluid. It's like Tai Chi, right? I can't do that. I'm more of like rigid. It's like boom, boom, boom.
Punch, power, strength. Yeah. For me, it's more of like a, you know, evade.
Yeah, mine's literally like confrontation, right? Literally.
Confront. Mine's like evade.
Yeah, because the idea of like if a firebender were to attack an airbenders will evade to the left, to the right? But like an earthbender would make a shield for himself, right? Which is like the answer, like, is to build a wall. Is to confront the attacker straight on.
Yeah, head on.
Yeah. So I think that's my mentality, and that's why I think I'm Earth. I have like a lot of like earthbender merch that I have too, so I've felt this way for a while now.
Okay. All right, let's get to it, man. Let's start with
to it.
Let's get to the music part. So the first element is water.
Yeah, let's go for it. You want me to start? Or you want to get us? I want you to start. Let's go for it.
Oh wait, I think it's fire. No. We have to start with
water.
Oh, earth, fire.
Why? No.
Earth.
When Qatar says it in the beginning, is it water? It's water.
It's water? Oh yeah, water, earth, fire, air. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, let's start with water then.
Go.
You want me to go first?
Yes.
All right. So for like so what we're going to do, we have to explain what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is essentially just like start with the elements and talk about it in terms of music or in terms of lyrics or whatever that relates to the element. So for me, I picked a song called Color.
By who?
By Moses Sumney.
Describe the song.
The song is lyrically not so much, but actually lyrically yes, it talks about color, and I think it talks about fluidity.
Mm-hmm.
I think especially like how I read the song was fluidity in terms of like sexuality.
Right.
But for me, that's just fluidity as well.
Sure.
And so I think of the element of water just because it's the element, like water fits the shape of its container, right? Like water can be strong. Like if you go to a waterfall, like the water is strong. It can fucking annihilate you.
Yeah.
But it's also very gentle. Like you can sit in a stream and it's healing and you need it. It's essential to your like life, essentially. And the song Color, it just kind of reminds me of that, like musically and like how it sounds. And also lyrically, how it talks about like fluidity and like going with like the
Is this R&B?
Sort of.
Moses is R&B, right?
It's like a mixed genre kind of guy. He's like a mixed genre kind of guy.
Okay.
Like, you don't really know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you going two songs each? We want to go to another song?
I go one, you go one, and then I go one.
Okay. I chose Strawberry Afternoon by Lonely Benson or whatever his name is. But
nice.
It's like bossa nova, I would describe it as, like a genre. And I imagine a little specific, but like, you know how like Sokka's on like his canoe or something in the first season? Yeah. I imagine him just like having a good day. Just being dumb as fuck, right? Just like
You ever Sokka having a good day?
Yeah. This is like Sokka having a good day. Like this is like also like the tempo of bossa nova is naturally very fluid, right? It's like very like you're just going down a stream, you know. That's just the pacing of the genre itself.
Bossa nova. Yeah.
And Strawberry Afternoon, I think, is talking about just having a good afternoon. I think that's just like the
spending a good afternoon with someone you love. That's what it's about.
I think so. So that came to mind when I thought of water, because like Sokka's my guy, man. Sokka's my guy. He's so funny. And
you like Sokka? That's like your favorite character?
No, I wouldn't say he's my favorite character, but I don't know. Anyhow, Iroh's my favorite character, I think. Just to...
Oh, yeah, man.
I think so. I think Iroh's my favorite. But Iroh's also pretty water, to be honest. He's not really fire.
Yeah. No, I feel like the personalities of the characters don't match their...
Sure.
Like Katara, like, doesn't seem like a waterbender to me, honestly.
She's a waterbender.
And Toph is more... And Toph is more like firebender.
No.
I think
No. She's Earth. She's hard. She's hard. She's gritty. She's like, ugh.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Go for it. Next one.
Next one?
Speed Fire. Speed.
There's this Japanese song by a band called Cornelius, and it just sounds like water to me. Like, I don't understand the lyrics. But the sound is very... The sound is... It's muddled. And it kind of reminds... Like, you know when you hear shit when you're underwater and you just hear shit and it's like muddled? Like,
it's like... Yeah.
And it's also very dreamy. And it's also very... It's like dreamy, and I think like that's like another aspect of like... Water for me is like it's spiritual for some reason. I associate the element of water with like
and like in the show it's super spirituality. Like the spirit waters in the north or whatever, right? And
it's like the moon spirit.
Yeah,
that's like what governs the element of water. And the element of water is tied to like push and pull. Like the tides. Two forces. The tides, and that's controlled by the moon. Obviously, like when the moon is full, the tide's high, and stuff like that. And I think that that's like super like interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, the element of water. And that song just reminds me of like it's very dreamy. It's very like it feels like you're just like floating in like a stream.
Mm.
And it's going slowly and yeah. I don't know why, but I associate water with dreams and like shit like that. Like spirituality,
I could see that.
dreams.
Yeah, spirituality. Because water's in every society, like holy water.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
There's a myth about like water and everything. Like for Thailand, like Chao Phraya is like a
a goddess, right? There's like a goddess.
How does that myth go again?
No idea. I can't recite it off to you, but
the Nag like swam
Naga, maybe
made the river,
something
like that.
There's always stories to it, right? And like water provides life, and it provides also pain, and I think that segues nicely into what I want to talk about, which is A Day in the Life by the Beatles.
You think that's water? That's crazy.
Because if you don't know how this song sounds, it's crazy. Okay, it'll give you like goosebumps, basically. And it's a mixture of having a good day and having a really bad trip on like LSD or something, right? And it's like I think this is in Sgt. Pepper, and this is during like the LSD age of the Beatles, right? I think so. And basically what came to mind is like like fucking so water, right? When I was tasked to think about water, I was like, water is so peaceful, yet it can be so harsh,
violent,
like violent as fuck. And like it's like I wanted to find a song that has duality in like those feelings, because a large section of the song is very calm. It's like I said, it's like having a good day. Right? It's like someone walking along like, like a grassy path, like sunny days. And then suddenly like a fucking wave comes, man. Like a fucking wave comes out of nowhere, like 10 feet tall or some shit. Just collapses on them. And that's
the part where it goes like...
Yeah, that's the crazy part of the song. And I wanted to use the song to illustrate my feelings towards water. Because like, to me, like, when you said Katara wasn't water, I disagreed, because Katara is this song. That's what I'm like trying to like say. Like,
oh really?
Katara has like a super like harsh side to her. Like she can like she can be like a badass, right? She can like do whatever she wants. She's like super powerful, create waves, but then again she's like soft and she's like motherly, like maternal. And
yeah.
So like I was trying to find like this duality, because water can do that. Water in particular can do that. Like fire is always fire, right? Fire is always like pretty. It hurts most of the time, except warmth. Warmth is like okay, but like water is very drastic.
Yeah, water is very like
it has
motherly.
Range. It has more range than fire and anything else does. That's what I mean.
It has the most range, probably.
Yeah, it has the most range. So that's why I wanted to use this song to compare it to Katara and maybe the water tribes as well. Yeah, yeah. Let's move on. I've been talking too much.
What else we water? Earth. You go first. That's your element. You want to just talk about it first and then pick a song?
Yeah, so Earth, right? When I thought of Earth, I thought of bending again. So like I said, like I imagined an earthbender stomping on the ground, like punching the air, being like, now, like here's my foot, don't pass my foot. It's like a sudden rise. Cause earthbenders will suddenly just stomp the ground and the fucking wall will just come up, right? And there's like a sudden 0 to 100 real quick. So I thought of New Magic Wand, Tyler the Creator. And that first beat drop is that wall that I'm talking about. And the whole song is like, I would only describe it as like a mosh of like a song. Like it's just like you just have to mosh to this song, right? And I feel like there's an element of being a badass, you know? Like as an earthbender, you're just like, you stomp the ground, there's a fucking wall. They're like, yo, like, fuck you. Like, you can't get past this wall. Like there's an element of like rigidity. Like I'm not moving, man. Like, this is me. Like, this is like new magic wand, bro.
You picked new magic wand. I also picked new magic wand, but for a different element. That's so interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay, go.
Yeah, but I chose that song because there's like, it's so cool. Like, it's just like,
it's a very good song.
Tyler
is my favorite song on that album, dude. Like straight up my favorite song on that album.
It's real good. It's really good.
Yeah.
And I think sonically, like the extreme like drawn out bass, I think I want to describe it that way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It feels like the floor is trembling, right? Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that's what I think of when it comes to like earthbender. Like if you're fighting an earthbender, right? Like I would imagine the floor to be like vibrating all the time.
Yeah. Why not? We're not earthquake. You picked my earthquake.
That's too soft.
Yeah, he's just in love.
Yes.
He's in love.
Yeah. Your choice now.
My song for Earth.
Yeah.
There's one called It's just like, for me, Earth is like very stable, and so I tend to think about like in terms of like music, I tend to think about like percussion. Cause like the percussion in like a band or whatever in music is like the rhythm keeper, right? And for me, like earthbenders are the rhythm keepers of like society. You know what I mean? Like, because the stability, that's like in terms of music, they keep the rhythm, they keep the stability. And so just songs that are very like how do you call it? Like percussion centric.
Yeah.
So I went with one of the songs I would listen to a lot. It's by fucking Khruangbin.
Nice.
So We Don't Forget. And it just feels like it feels like it just keeps going, but in a stable way. Like so yeah, that's my song for Earth.
Okay, my next one I won't talk too much about because basically you just summarized what I was gonna say. This song has an element of stability, like the Earth Nation itself. Like there's like a long history. It stayed the same. Ba Sing Se has like mega walls. No one has ever breached those walls.
Yeah.
Stability, predictability in your life. Predictability in the monarchy. What else? What other characteristics of the nation? But this reminds me of like the city of Ba Sing Se, I suppose, and how it's so stable. And just to build off of yours a little bit more, but mostly it's the percussion too. Like to me, like this song is like the bass in it, and the song is Mirage by Toro Y Moi. Yeah,
it's a good song, dude.
There's like a trembling nature to it too. When I how I describe like an earthbender kind of like bending, like there's like some sort of like earth trembling kind of tones going on, but also the stability and predictability of these notes coming back again throughout the whole song. Right? It's like you will hear these basses like throughout the whole song. So like there's like a predictability, and the foundations of it are strong, right? So I that's why I chose it. I won't speak more about it because you already talked about it. So what's your next song?
I think my next one is honestly it captures the same thing. I should have picked another song, but I picked a song called Rouge by Saint Germain.
Oh yeah,
and that song is super percussion centric. It's like
Isn't that fast though?
Yeah, it's fast. It's fast. I guess usually it's fast, but I still associate with Earth because of its like, it just feels like earthy. I don't know how to is earthy. Like it's so predictable. It's a pattern, and he didn't like they kept sampling this singer, and it just says like, I want you to get together, put your hands together one time, and she keeps just like throughout the whole song, like there's a solo, there's like a solo, but it's like so stable, and it's so like whenever I listen to it, I feel like okay, like it's calming to me. Like when I feel like when I'm in sort of these like when my mind goes like all over the place, I listen to songs like Rouge to like get back on like to like pull myself together,
grounded.
To like stay grounded, be grounded. And so that's one of the songs I pick, because for me it's like low key, like it makes me like okay, like
you like recenter yourself, breathe. And like what's next, predictability,
like breathe in a pattern. And that's how you slow shit down in your mind, is like you like breathe in a pattern. So you're just like, I don't know, like when I have anxiety or something happens, my shit is like my heart would like be beating at like a like unusual tempo. Shit would like, I would be sweating, stuff like that. But when I hear songs that are like consistent, it makes me like, okay, you're breathing, like work on, you know what I mean? And then you just like stay grounded. That's cool. What it is. Yeah.
Damn. All right. Damn. Let's move on to Fire. We don't have a lot of time left, but Fire. Fire. What comes to mind when it's Fire?
Passion,
like
bro.
Passion.
Like that's it. Passion.
Heat,
passion. Anger.
What else? Life to me is life.
Yeah. Life
is
survival to me.
Survival.
It's like, I don't want to die. That's basically what fire is.
Yeah, and then
like
build fire. Yeah, literally.
Fire doesn't want to die. Like fire doesn't want to be extinguished.
Yeah, and it's living. Like fire itself is living. It's like literally like it moves and it's so it's I like that. You wanted to start first?
Yeah, for me it's passion. It's like it's life, and so I picked the song "Rise" by Solange. Falling away. Basically, like it is just about life. It's just about wanting to live. That's how I feel. Like fire is survival. Fire is not wanting to die, not wanting to be extinguished, not wanting to be disintegrated. Yeah, it's like you fight. Like every living thing has that. That's why we're living things. So we don't want to die. So we just fucking eat food. We kill other things. We like, and that's all fire. It's survival. Yeah, in order for me to live, I have to kill something. Like even if I'm vegan, like I have to kill something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if you think about it, it's just like living is like killing things, and then like, and to me that's fire. That desire, that need, that like that's like genetically woven into like our like life is the need to survive. So Solange "Rise" reminds me of that somehow.
Yeah. No, I can see it. I can see it. I think the next, I think my understanding of it is similar. It's mostly life for this song at least, and it's Truth by Kamasi Washington. And it's a jazz track, and it is, I think, 7 or 8 minutes, and it goes through ups and downs of like hard like tunes, like sometimes it'll be like it'll go into very passionate tracks, and then it'll mellow out, and then it'll go into passionate tracks again, and then it'll mellow out again. And like to me, it's like if you look into a flame, it's that dance between like the fire dances, right?
Okay, god damn. All right.
Why
the fire dance? Yeah, the dance you're talking about in the episode where
no. I mean the fire, like a flame dances.
Oh, a flame is dancing.
Yeah, but I guess just to tie it back to the story, yeah, sure, the dragon dance if you wanna. But if you stare at a flame long enough, you kind of get mesmerized in its Okay, right now Findi is staring into his in the flame. we're gonna check back with him 10 hours later to see how long he can stare into a flame. All right. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. It dances. You're right. Like,
Yeah.
I just saw it.
Yeah. I just saw it. Now I can't see anything.
Oh, you can't see anything.
Now I can't see anything else. But Truth by Kamasi Washington kind of goes through that dance, you know, on its own. And it's like kind of like it's passion at its core.
Passion.
Yeah, I can imagine like some like firebenders kind of like jamming out to this too. So next song for you.
Next song for me is a very passionate Latin song, Latin soul song. It's called Te Pedi. Te Pedi. And it's by this like I heard it for the first time on Khruangbin's new album. Mm-hmm. The one where she just goes off in like Spanish. It's fucking sick, by the way. Check it out. Yeah. And the song is so passionate. Like it's very like Latin. Like it's very like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like Latino people are like very like passionate, you know? They're all about like that, like they love passionately. They like dance. They I mean, that's just the stereotype. Like obviously they're not actually like that, but like
when I think of Chinese people, I really think of how good they are at math. Is that what you're trying to say?
Man. No, man. Yeah, no.
They're really passionate about their money.
But they're no, but this song
I can say this because I'm
super,
Asian, guys.
The song is super like passionate, dude. Like it's like if you hear it, like she's basically like there's a part where she's like howling. Or not really howling, but she just goes like, it's just a sound. Like she just makes a sound. She's not even singing at that point. Because she's so like into it. And she's talking about, I read the translation and the song is just about like, it's a love song. It's like a love song, but like she's like longing for a lover. And like, and there's so much passion and like, I just feel like the element of fire. When I hear it, I'm like, oh shit. This lady is fucking burning out of love.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
What about you?
So I guess that's passion again, right? My next one is kind of like a spiritual, godly, religious, family-oriented kind of thing, which relates directly with Avatar and directly with Zuko and his dad's relationship, or even with Iroh, even. But it's Father Stretch My Hands. But not the Kanye version, the original by Pastor Barrett. And it's again.
Is this more about Zuko or is it more about?
I don't know. Father Stretch My Hands, like he's like reaching out to his dad, but his dad won't like really reciprocate.
His dad's a dick, man.
I feel like there's like a level of passion and longing and pain in the choir's voice and how they sing it.
Yeah.
And it's like their final request. It's like their final, they want this. This is the only thing they want. And that's what Zuko wants the whole time. And
honor.
Like he wants to regain his honor, his honor, right? And, to me, this song kind of encapsulates that. And I also feel like there's also... obviously, there is a religious aspect to this. It's literally sang by a pastor, right? I think he is a literal pastor. This is a gospel song, I'm pretty sure. And there's an element of fire in religion all the time. When you have like visuals and stuff, like it's always flames, right? Obviously, there's candles.
It's a sense of like overwhelming thing.
Yeah,
and I feel like fire is the most overwhelming element.
Yeah, and
you're
it's like
overwhelmed by like
that, like we, like I said, is life, right? It's like life affirming. It's like thanking God, thanking whatever being that has given us life. Which is like the same thing with like fire, right? Like in that respect, it's like that's why we're showing you love with light and fire. But that's the song that came to mind. Okay, I've talked too much. Let's go to air. We don't have a lot of time left, so.
Because air, man, air, my element, bro.
This is your element, bro.
This is my element, bro. Yeah,
tubular.
Shut the fuck up.
It doesn't really mean anything.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No, air is, yeah, air. The sense of freedom, the sense of freedom, the sense of. I feel like air is like an element of creativity. It is like the thing that takes your mind to places that like it's like imaginative, right? Like like you're not stuck confined to like only the things that you can see. You can sort of like go and explore something that's not directly ahead of you. So you're just moving through the atmosphere, I guess.
Yeah.
And the song that I picked is Wind. It's called Wind by Shamir. And he's just basically talking about how the downsides of being sort of like the downside of like having this sort of personality is that nothing is set. And he's just talking about his struggle with like, just because like everything around him seems to be stable, but he isn't. And like you should go listen to it. It's like I relate to it. Like it's like a personal thing for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And but it talks about how and you know how like before you were talking about how water could be like violent.
Air can be violent too.
Air can be violent too. And then so at the end he talks about like, oh, like he just wants to be at the eye of the storm. So he wants to, because everything around him is just like going. I mean, like he's just moving so fast and like everything is just like destructive almost.
Yeah.
And unstable. But he wants to he just wants to stay at the eye of the storm. He just wants to that calm. And like I was just like, oh shit, man, like that's fucking Shamir. Like I get that, bro.
Shout out to Amir.
Shamir.
Shamir?
Shamir. 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 Yeah. But yeah. What about you?
I originally had 3 songs, but I'm cutting it down to 2 just because I feel like the third one is not that relevant. But I want to go with Bound by Ponderosa Twins. And this is sampled by Kanye as well. Kanye sampled this in Bound 2. So it was like falling in love. That song. And the instrumentals to this song, the original, is super it's like floating in a way. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I can see it. Definitely.
And it's like in context with the Air Nation, I imagine them like maybe like praying, right? And then like they like burn in incense, and the smokes that roll above the incense, kind of like this is the motion of this song. Like that's the motion, right? And like this levitating kind of feeling is only unique to this one nation, in my opinion. And like I can also imagine this song like you're like gliding in the air, like as an airbender, right? You're like just like in your glider. Like this would be a good song if you were like on a plane, to be honest with you. Like just like looking down and like it's like a really gentle song. You're floating. You're like it's like bubbles, like right?
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Eat some bubbles in the bath. It's a bath bomb. There's some bubbles.
Bath bomb.
Anyways.
Anyways. That's about it to my description, I suppose. I have another song which is also good. Go for it.
My other song?
Yeah.
It's Neon Valley Street by Janelle Monáe again. Every I bring Janelle Monáe up every day. I fucking love Janelle Monáe, but this song especially, Neon Valley Street, it's like I don't know. She's longing for a lover again. Like this seems to be like a
trending topic like. In your life.
No.
Are you longing for a lover?
Am I longing for a lover? I don't know.
I don't know. Hashtag.
I just miss my mom, dude.
Okay.
Lol.
Okay.
That's like when I hear it, I think of my mom. Like this song. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah, like it's just like I feel like she's like the person singing is like the speaker. I guess is like talking about just a sense of longing, a sense of like wanting to be somewhere, and it's just like, and the instrumentals is very like exact kind of like bound. Like I think of the same motion as air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels like you're flying. That's what it feels like. But in a way where you're not actually flying, but you're just longing to be with that person so much that you're like just emanating that energy.
Yeah.
And it's great. Like I love the song. And the guitar solo at the end, fuck. Amazing. Yes.
Sick. I guess my song then, and last song to this whole discussion.
Last song.
It's called, I'm going to butcher it because it's an Italian song, but it's called Ma Quale Idea by Pino Di Angio.
Oh, is that the one where he's like...
Yes.
Potato. Oh,
potatoes?
Really?
Air?
How? Explain.
Because they're fun people. They're like funny people. They like to goof around. Like that's just their thing, right?
You think air people are like goofs? You think I'm a goof?
Yeah, definitely. You're a goof.
Definitely you're a goof.
You're definitely a goof. And not a good goof.
Not a good goof. Just a goof.
Yeah, just
Goofy movie?
Goofy movie. Have you watched it?
No. I was like,
oh. Bitch. But it reminds me of being goofy, and it's like being happy and like being playful and being like youthful, because Aang is youthful. He's a kid. Yeah. And like he's an avatar. He has so many like responsibilities, but he's always like he's just bouncing around. He's just bouncing around with Momo and Appa, right? He's just fucking around.
I mean, same.
Yeah, and like this is the song. Like I was thinking of some like cheerful song that kind of like captures Aang's mentality, and this is a song. Like it has I mean. Obviously, I don't know what the lyrics are saying. It might be super dark. It might be about fucking death or something. I don't know. Yeah. But the music and the instruments kind of reflect that it is quite a cheerful, youthful song. Anyways.
Youthful. You think of youth?
I think of youth.
And cheerfulness?
Yes, sir. Well, it's because of Aang, to be honest. It's not because of the element itself, but because of Aang. But I suppose just to conclude... to say that this whole suggesting of what song is what only works if you go listen to the songs that we talked about. And like go listen and try to hear if it's, you know, if it's the song that like you think is water too. Like, do you think it's water? Like, do you think it's air? Like, tell us what you think, you know? Like, obviously, it's up to interpretation. I'm pretty sure I disagree with Findi on a couple of these songs, but I mean, that's the beauty of
the new Magic Wand. I had to change it, but new Magic Wand, is fire to me, for example.
Fire, yeah, exactly. And like, I feel like it's up to interpretation, and we would love to hear from you guys. Findi, get ready because you already know you're never ready. So every episode we like to recommend some songs to our viewers, a couple of songs from each of us, something that has been inspiring us or has, you know, something we've been listening to recently. And it's a tradition around here so that you guys can have some new material to go listen within your week.
Not anywhere else, just around here.
Just around here because, you know, we got like 20 views.
20... Just around these parts.
I also, what was I gonna say? This is the 20th episode. I think that should be commemorated too, because we never thought that we would be doing it for this long.
Yeah, but we're doing it. It's fun.
It's fun. We have 20 episodes. That's quite a lot of content if you think about
It's
it.
20 hours, dude. It's
20
almost a day.
hours worth of content online. That's ridiculous.
This is two dumb fucks.
Yeah.
With 20 hours.
20 hours on their hands. Gone.
Bullshitting.
Gone.
Yeah, gone. Never back.
Never back again. Not including all editing hours. So,
just gone.
Gone. All right. Do you have your music set?
I have one song.
All right, that's fine. Recommend it.
This week.
Yes, sir.
It's called it's by Channel Trays and it's called Stay Safe. Actually, it's by Rye, but it's a Channel Trays remix, and I think it's fucking sick. There's like synths, like bass synths at the end, and it's fucking sick. You should say. I think you'd like it a lot. Okay, you go.
I wanna to suggest listening to. Well, I have been inspired by California by Berhana a lot lately.
Nice.
So go listen to California.
Amazing.
Reminds me of like night drives with a significant other.
Wow. Wonder what that's like, huh? God
yeah,
damn.
I wonder if you've ever felt that. Okay, never mind. Moving on.
So anyone.
And then,
so if anyone's watching this,
no one's watching.
It's just our friends.
Yeah, it's just Nat. Hey, Nat.
Yeah, what's up, dude? And who else? May your girlfriend doesn't even watch this.
No, she doesn't watch this. It's fine.
Yeah.
And the next song is "Skin on Skin" by Frank Moody.
Frank Moody.
I highly recommend. Well, that concludes this episode of the Balcony Aux Chord podcast. Do you have anything else to say, Findi?
Nothing else, bro.
Great.
Actually, I want to recommend Khruangbin's new album. Khruangbin's new album is like, and like you can't understand any of it. It's in Spanish, maybe some words, but like it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I saw her live. She's pretty good. Anyhow, thank you, Findi, for talking to me today. For all the listeners, thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. We also have a Facebook page. We also, I don't know, what else do we do? Listen to us on Spotify if you're an audio listener. We're on Spotify and all the streaming services, so just check us out on those platforms. But anyhow, thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.